Welcome back to my channel. I have a question and I'd like for y'all to think about it. If an author published a book and that book was written in 900 or 1,000 languages, how would you know if this book is 100% accurate with anything that he's talking in there to get you, the believer, to think that he's an honest person that's trying to educate you and trying to help you to understand his writings, his way of thinking, if you don't even know who he is? Would it be better to go on the internet and to find out a little bit more about him before you start buying more books and wasting your money and reading books that maybe he's trying to deceive you or maybe trying to con you out of your money? It's just something to think about. And as me and other people who left Jehovah's Witnesses, we know how corrupt and dishonesty and the lying in their own literature. So the literature, it doesn't matter how many languages it is depends upon if God is really behind Jehovah's Witnesses, or is it Satan the devil who really controls and runs Watchtower. So let's get into some of their nonsense and we'll take it from there.
Our opening song, how does it make you feel? How does it make you feel to belong to Jehovah's organization? The organization that promotes peace and unity and publish information.
First of all, how do you have peace? With who? If you don't have peace between your brothers and sisters in the congregation, how can you have peace out in the world who's supposed to be looking at you as a real religion when you have hidden so much corruption and dishonesty and child molesting in your religion? So how can you have peace in your religion when you have elders have molested so many children in their own congregations? That's not peace, people. That's dishonesty, betrayal, and flat out lies. Let's continue.
In 943 different languages. And yes, we are united as Jehovah's people. But what is the organization doing right now for people to get more of the good news, to hear the good news, the advancement of good news? Well, listen to the
advancement of good news. Yeah, long as Watchtower keeps hiding the child molesting and Jehovah's Witnesses continue to be evil, it's going to be worldwide news. It's going to be every country. It's going to stop having Jehovah's Witnesses coming to people's doors. They're going to shut down the Kingdom Halls. Going to shut down the branches. That is the good news.
Listen and watch as the video organizational accomplishments.
Yeah, right. Wow, all this music, is that supposed to make it more interesting, much trustworthy when the message comes out through these songs, music, that it makes them look like they are above the game to make the video songs interesting. Afraid not, people. That's another way deception.
In the first century, the Apostle Paul received a vision in which he was invited to step over into Macedonia. Paul and his traveling companions eagerly accepted the invitation, and they enjoyed Jehovah's rich blessing, as evidenced in the positive results they experienced in their ministry. Today, the service committee is as eager to follow the lead of the Holy Spirit as Paul was in the first.
Okay, let's stop there for a second. My last video, few videos back, they was talking about the country Libya, somewhere near Africa. They was calling people from all over the world of Jehovah's Witnesses to come over there to preach. Well, this is a different one, and like I brought out and from my video, if the preaching work is completely done, then why are they calling people all over the world from each country, kingdom halls, to come over and witness to people that was possibly been already witnessed, and they already judged that they already did the preaching work, and the only things left is Armageddon, because the preaching work is done worldwide, because God is not going to send people over to places that the true Christians of them going to get beheaded or get killed. So they don't believe that Jehovah is going to put his people in life and death matters. Let's continue.
Century. There are still many parts of the world where branches need publishers to step over and help them give a thorough witness. To meet the need, the service committee has arranged for such branches to receive assistance by means of special preaching campaigns.
Could it be possible people in these countries are waking up from their kingdom halls and realize they're in a false religion, so they had to bring more people in that is more brainwashed to witness, so Watchtower can make money off their property, money from their pockets, and be faithful, obedient slaves to their false god Jehovah? Could be Satan, the devil, or the governing body in this case.
Local publishers and exemplary brothers and sisters from other lands are invited to participate. Often, such publishers who respond to the initial invitation later decide to move to these areas of need. In recent years, special preaching campaigns have been held in Africa, Asia, Europe, and South America. What have been some of the results of such special preaching campaigns? In the recent past, more than 1 million Arabic-speaking refugees have fled to Europe. The service committee arranged for the Central Europe branch to hold a special preaching campaign to reach these refugees. More than 6...
Yeah, because there's the thing. These refugees probably have no Bible knowledge. They're probably Muslims that only barely even know their religion or their teachings, and maybe they do very little know the Bible. So of course a cult comes in, grab them to bring them into their membership, to be more cults, to make this religion to grow bigger and bigger, because these people probably have no access to a computer, no knowledge about the false teachings or anything. They're just like guinea pigs to Jehovah's Witnesses religion. Come on, people, can you see the deception in this? we're the ones who left this false teaching and the lies of the governing body and the corruption in Watchtower.
600 publishers from different parts of the world participated, and they distributed some 30,000 pieces of literature. Many of the refugees have been very receptive to the good news, even approaching publishers at the literature carts and asking, "Can you help us? What does the Bible actually teach?"
So, here's the funny part, people. United States, hardly nobody comes to these carts. Nobody even pays attention to these carts, hardly. Only the apostates, what they call us. So they want these people that can't even place any literature to come over, step over into another country, and they can, wow, their preaching work is growing. They can actually accomplish something there besides playing with the iPhones or their computers, because they got people that had no knowledge of their false teaching.
This special campaign concluded with an Arabic language regional convention, which was a milestone for the Arabic field. Over 1,600 attended from 43 different countries.
Yeah, 43 countries just to be brainwashed, believing Watchtower is teaching the real truth, so you can become a mindless robot and give up your thinking ability to be a Jehovah Witness. Because when you start asking questions about different things that's not making sense, that's where you are dangerous to the elders, dangerous to society, Watchtower society, and the governing body, and they will remove you. And what do you accomplish for going to a false religion? Not a single thing, because you fail to do research. But these poor people, they can't do research if they don't have the access of the internet in their own country, and people that speaks their language to warn them how dangerous and evil Jehovah's Witnesses truly are.
Approximately 25% of those in attendance were interested persons. Outstanding campaigns have also been held in Bulgaria. In 2009, Bulgaria reported a publisher-to-population ratio of 1 to 4,600. Since then, 4 special preaching campaigns have been held there, and 1,782 publishers from countries throughout Europe participated. They placed over 175,000 pieces of literature, started 1,775 Bible studies.
It doesn't matter how much publications they put out, how many Bible studies, they can wake people up to join this false religion. It's not the truth of the Bible. You don't need publications to teach you the Bible. All you need is someone that knows the Bible and know if the Bible is way it's meant to be written in Hebrew and Greek, not be mistranslated and put words in there, take words out, and add things to it to make people believe this Bible they use is the real deal. People, you have to see through the lies. That's the reason I do these videos, to help you to see the lies. It doesn't matter how much literature they put out, 930 or even 1,000, does not and never will make them the truth religion. You can have one publication to be truthful, and you can lure people in and that's called the Bible. And you still have to have Bible knowledge to teach people the real truth, not your truth, to be like Jehovah's Witnesses, to lure them in and deceive them the way Jehovah's Witnesses are, to take your money and everything away from you. So let's continue a little bit more.
And 8 congregations and 7 groups have been formed. Consider one example. Before 2010, there were no witnesses in the village of Karlovo. That year, a special preaching campaign was organized. As a result, a man named Gosho was contacted. From his own reading of the Bible, he realized that the local churches do not teach the truth, so he stopped attending church services, but never stopped praying. During the campaign, he met Jehovah's Witnesses in the street. They wanted to talk with him about the Bible, but he interrupted them and asked, "Do you believe that Jesus is equal to God?" The brothers answered, "No."
First of all, that is a lie. Because we're going to use the name Jesus, for example. He created all things. In the beginning, in the beginning, God created heavens and earth. In the Greek scriptures, it mentioned that Christ created all things. So, yes, he is equal to his Father because he's the one who created all things, and his Father gave him permission to create all things. From the earth, or from the angels, heavens, stars, galaxies, the earth, and all that. Now, of course, I know the earth was created first, then the universe, what we see through telescopes or even look up in the mid-skies. But, you get the point. Everything was created by Jesus. Doesn't that give him to be worthy to pray to him and not jumping over to his Father when his Father said, "This is my Son, and every knee will bow to my Son, heaven and earth"? Isn't that what we call equal? Otherwise, those scriptures would never been put in the Bible. But apparently, Jehovah's Witnesses is trying to keep you away from the true person who gave us life and can give us eternal life, or how wicked we are, but he can give us eternal death. So people, you can see why this thing nonsense for this guy asking questions, it is probably a fabrication lie, because this guy, how would he know the Trinity? How would he know certain things unless he was educated by the Bible? Think about it.
Do you believe that God is a Trinity? Do you collect a tithe? The brothers again answered, "No."
And that's a lie. They do collect tithes. They have something revolution where they ask you, do y'all want to get by the circuit overseer a new car? Raise your hands. Watchtower needs a couple of $1,000. Can we have a revolution vote for giving Watchtower $2,000? Raise your hand. It doesn't matter if it's a collection plate, use your credit card, or raising your hand. It's still tithes, people. You're still asking money, one way or another. So that is a lie right there.
"Then you are welcome in my home," said Gosho. Immediately, a Bible study was started with him and his wife, Ivanka, and their son, Bogomil. Both Ivanka and Bogomil are now baptized.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because I'm running over 20 minutes. You see the lie in this thing. They're trying to make Jehovah's Witnesses to believe that the preaching work was done. Now they're trying to make people believe that the greatest earth preaching work is started over again. So people, please, start doing your research. Yes, they use examples of some times in the past the preaching work was getting better. But now it's slowing down to nothing. Because the internet is killing Jehovah's Witnesses religion. It's destroying Jehovah's Witnesses religion. Because it's the damage, control, and deception and the evil policies that's killing their own members. Do you want to be in a religion that can cost you your life several different ways? God will not want a person in an evil cult that's killing children and raping children, separate children from their parents, and throwing children out in the middle of the street because they don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness anymore. If this guy knew all the stuff that we know, he would be telling those people, do not come back to my village. Do not ever step on this property of this village, or we will basically kick you out one way or another. People, it's time to wake up. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day or evening.